Federal law requires that any person who may need assistance in moving to an exit in case of an emergency must receive a special briefing prior to takeoff. Whenever possible, these passengers are boarded early so that the briefing can be accomplished before other passengers board.
Morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Darby.
What's your breakfast?
Well, I had a scrambled egg.
Many handicapped passengers have received special training and are extremely independent. They know how they can best be helped, and flight attendants should not hesitate to discuss this with them. Keep in mind that different disabilities impose different handling requirements, and injury could result if a person is improperly assisted.
Okay, now, Mr. Kelly, give me your seat. And I hope you get in. Just get the chair here close enough. Hold the back. Have a nice trip, Mr. Kelly. Thank you.
That's great. Where'd you learn to do that?
Well, after my accident, I spent quite a bit of time at the Craig Hospital in Denver and run through it first.
Well, they certainly did a good job. And speaking of jobs, one of mine is to check you out on the safety features of this airplane. We certainly don't anticipate any problems today. But if something should go wrong, we'd like you to use this exit right back here. And if for some reason that exit is unusable, we'd like you to use the one in the galley. Now, both of these exits are equipped with an inflatable slide like this one. So if we have to get off the airplane in a hurry, all the flight attendants would be shouting commands such as unfasten your seatbelt and get out, come this way, and things like that. Now, if there is an evacuation, you will be helped as much as possible by a crew member or an assigned passenger. Is there anything we should know to help you get off the plane as quickly as possible without hurting you?
I'd like to wait for most of the people to get off the plane, and I'll get down on the floor and have someone reach in behind me and take me by the wrist and drag me to the exit. From the exit, I'll get down the slide okay by myself. I'd like to have someone at the bottom to catch me.
Okay, we'll do our best to have two helpers at the bottom of the slide to catch you and assist you in getting away from the airplane. Now, I'd like you to look this over. If you have any other questions, let me know. Have a good trip.
Now let's look at some evacuations involving passengers who are handicapped.
Unfasten your seatbelt and get out! Unfasten your seatbelt and get out! Unfasten your seatbelt and get out!
If able, after the majority of passengers have evacuated, the paraplegic passenger can lower himself to the floor. He can then be grasped by the wrists from behind and dragged to the exit. The trip down the slide should be feet first. Helpers on the ground should catch the person and move him away from the airplane. Many paraplegics are very strong from the waist up and, if necessary, could evacuate on their own. They have the ability to scoot backward at a fairly rapid pace. If more than one handicapped passenger is evacuating, catch both before moving them away from the airplane. Notice how the hands are used in positioning the legs. Quadriplegics have paralysis involving all extremities. In an evacuation, if two are available for assisting, the quadriplegic can be lifted and carried to the exit. Once again, feet first must be used in going down the slide. Helpers on the ground are essential. With only one person to help, the quadriplegic must be partially lifted from the seat and dragged to the exit. Most have very little muscle development in the upper torso, so a grip around the chest is required for moving them. This technique may be used to support quadriplegics or other persons with poor trunk balance in going down the slide. Most blind passengers will not require much help other than the special briefing. Emphasis should be given to the location of the oxygen mask compartment and the operation of the seatbelt. A familiarization trip to the exit gives the blind passenger an understanding of the exit location and size. In an evacuation, most blind passengers can usually get to the exit and down the slide with very little help. Ground helpers are very important, both for catching and leading the blind passenger away from the airplane. If help is needed, allow the blind passenger to take your arm and follow you to the exit. Command him to jump as he enters the doorway. The increasing mobility of the handicapped has created a growing recognition of the problems they encounter in traveling. An increased sensitivity on the part of all will add to their pleasure and increase the likelihood that they will look to air transportation in the future.